Exercise 1. In this exercise, we'll compute the end of the month of a user-entered date equals EOMONTH. The start date argument is the date entered in cell C8. We want the last day of that month, so we use 0 for the second argument. Close the function and hit enter. Looks good. Let's enter another date. Yep, looks good. Exercise 2. In this exercise, we'll use the EOMONTH function to determine the first and last days of the month. The input cell was named date_input, so we'll be sure to use this name in our formulas. Let's begin with the month start formula. The idea is to get the last day of the preceding month and then add one day to the result. Equals EOMONTH, date input, and -1 to return the last day of the prior month. Hit enter to confirm, and yep, looks good. Now, to get the first day of the next month, we just add one day. So, edit the formula and +1, enter. Yep, looks good. The month-end formula is easy. Equals EOMONTH, date input, 0, and enter. Easy enough. Exercise 3. In this exercise, we'll use the EOMONTH function in a variety of formulas. Let's assume the input cell is named date_user, and the value is January 1st, 2015. To return 131:15, we would get the last day of the month. EOMONTH, date user, 0. Good. To return 2/115, we need the first day of the following month. EOMONTH, date user, 0, and add 1 day to the result. Enter. Good. To return 1/1/2016, we get the last day of the month that is 11 months ahead. That would be 12/31. Then we add 1 day and enter. Good. To return 3/31/15, EOMONTH, date user, and 2 months ahead. Good. To return 1/1/14, EOMONTH, date user, and go back 13 months. Then add 1 day. Good. To return 12/31/15, EOMONTH, date user, and 11 months. Hey, good. Exercise 4. In this exercise, we'll set up a period table that computes the start and end dates in all months of a year. The input cell is named year_start. To start the table, let's simply pull down the year start value. Good. Now, we need the last day of that month. EOMONTH, B16, 0. Good. Now, to compute the month start, we simply add 1 to the previous month end. Equals C16 plus 1. Again, we'll use the EOMONTH function to figure out the last day. EOMONTH, B17, 0. Now, let's just fill these formulas down. And got it. Let's update our year start date to the following year. Bam! The table updates accordingly. Perfect. Extra credit 1. In this exercise, we'll write formulas we can fill down through the range. If we think about the month start column for a moment, we notice that there are really 2 conditions. If it is the first row of the table, the value should be equal to the input cell value. Otherwise, it should be equal to the previous month end date plus 1. One possible solution is to use the row function to determine if the formula is the first one in the table. The row function returns the row number of the optional argument and the current row if omitted. Let's give it a try. Equals if. We need to determine if the row is the first table row. This is easily performed with the row function. We figure out if the distance between the current row and the header row is equal to 1. So that is the current row minus the row number of the header, B15. Since we're going to fill the formula down, we lock the cell reference down. If the difference is equal to 1, then the cell value is equal to the input cell value. Otherwise, it is equal to the prior month end plus 1 day. The month end column is simply the last day of the month. EOMONTH B16, 0. Now, we filled both formulas down, and we're looking good.
This video is a production of Click Consulting.